Hey everyone, welcome back to AntLab Games. We are picking up on the fourth and final round of Mage Knight, Shades of Tezla. Realm of the Dead scenario. So we are on night 2, and we are just about to kick off. So where we left off at the end of the last video is we've basically got to set up for the night. So with our standard end of round, we're going to go ahead and give the bottom skill to Wolfhawk. We're going to shuffle these down and then draw a new advanced action. We're going to then bury the bottom spell and give Wolfhawk the crystal of that color. So in this case, it will be a red. So put that in here. Draw these down and pick another spell. We've got Underground Travel. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up these decks and reset all of my skills, and then we'll get on to... Actually, you know what? We could probably do the... yeah, I'll do all that, and then we'll go and we'll do the unit offers. Alright, so these two are gone. And we're going to draw 4 new ones. So there's our gold. There's our silver. And a gold. And then a silver. Alright, so what do we got? We've got Altem Guardians, Illusionists, Delphana Masters, and Utem Crossbowmen. We're going to set up the day and night board. We can roll the starting mana source, or source mana. So we've got 1 gold locked, 2 blues, and a green. Just to recap, last video I believe I had 2 blacks and a gold. So at least half your dice need to be a color other than black and gold, and so I should have re-rolled last time, but I actually wanted to show how my one artifact was able to flip the black to a gold, so I kind of just left it, but normally you can re-roll that. So really, it's in the rules, so I should have re-rolled it, but whatever. I've also noticed that these turn markers are upside down, but you got the point. It doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and pick our final night's tactic. So I think I'm going to go with the long night. One time this night, if your deed deck is empty, you may shuffle your discard pile and put 3 cards at random back into your deed deck. Then flip this card face down. So give me a few more cards. We will see what Wolfhawk gets. She gets Midnight Meditation. So I get to go first, and she gets to go second. Okay, so since I'm on a keep, I get to draw 1 additional card in my hand limit. My hand limit is 6. I get to draw 7, so we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Alright, for this turn, I think I'm not going to move yet. I think I'm going to recruit, because I still have that 1 command slot open, and I don't think I'm going to have a chance to recruit anywhere else. So I think the best bet would be to use my Heroic Tale. So I'm going to do an interact phase here. Interact action. I'm going to interact with the keep, and I'm going to recruit. Alright, what I'm going to do here is play, like I said, Heroic Tale. That's going to give me an influence of 3. I have a +3 influence bonus, so the Utem Crossbowmen are essentially going to come along with me for free. So for that one card. So they're with me now. This is used up, I'll discard it, but at the end of the turn I get +1 reputation for using Heroic Tale. I'm also going to, during this interaction phase, discard both of my artifacts. So what I'm essentially doing is giving them away to people at the keep and gaining 1 fame for each. 1, 2, and that's going to level me and I get the additional +1. I think I needed the level more than I needed those tokens at this stage. So with our level, we're going to draw the top 2. And we are getting, let's see what this one is. This one is called the Secret Ways. And once a turn, you may move 1. You are able to enter a mountain for a move cost of 5, and they are considered a safe space for you. If you pay a blue mana, you are able to enter lakes for a move cost of 2, and lakes are considered a safe place to you. That's actually quite nice. And this other one is called Beguile. Once a turn, influence 3, influence 2 under the fortified site, or influence 4 without a magical glade. I don't want that, so get rid of that. We're gonna throw one of Wolfhawks up there, and I'm gonna take that skill. So that's a good one. And remember, I also get an advanced action. So what I think I'll do, I think I'll take Into the Heat. So play this card at the start of combat. All of your units get their attack and block values increased by 2. So that one's pretty good. So it's going to go on top of my draw deck. And we'll refill. And we get the Song of Wind. Alright, so that's going to be the end of my turn. So I'm going to draw back up to 7, so I get Into the Heat back in my hand. And we are going to move on to Wolfhawk's turn. So Wolfhawk's going to draw her 3. 1, 2, and 3. She gets a green, so she pulls 1 extra. Okay, so I think we're gonna need to move this round. So I'm gonna play Improvisation, right? So I need to discard another card, so I'll discard Threaten with it. Because I think I'm going to need any influence. I'm going to pay my red mana crystal, so I can discard another card, and then get a move of 5, right? So I'm going to definitely get a move of 5, and that'll get me through the forest. And I need 4 more move to go 2, 3, 4. So I want to explore. So I'll take a green mana from the source, go 2, and then bang. So I need to find the Necropolis. Alright, excellent. Good and bad, because I still haven't destroyed a second graveyard, but at least I can face the Necromancer now. So let's see what the setup here is. Okay, so I brought our Necromancer down here, and I'll explain how combat's going to work there. And the castle is now a necropolis. Alright, so we have our necropolis, and it's going to get a red and a tan token, because those are going to represent sort of the Necromancer's guards, right? So we get a red and a tan. Those are going to go face up, but we'll take it one step at a time here. So our second item on this tile is a roaming Draconis, so or a rampaging monster, rampaging Draconis. So what we pull is a Death Dragon. So these things are pretty nasty. He's got Assassinate, which is really hard to see, or Assassination. He's got Paralyze, attack of 7, defense of 9. So he's going to be pretty nasty. We also revealed a Monastery, so I'll put an additional advanced action in the unit offer. So here we got Steady Tempo. Doesn't really do us much good now because it's a little late, but whatever. But at least we've revealed, you know, the main goal of the game, and I know we don't have a lot of actions left or a lot of turns left, so let's see what these are. So we've got another Death Dragon, and we've got wow, this guy's pretty nasty looking. So he's called a mummy. Quite simple, mummy, but he doesn't look too tough. Well, he's cold and physical resist, and well, I guess that's not too easy. And he's poisonous, so fantastic. Okay, so that's what we're up against. I guess I can stop moving here. Yeah, I'll let this guy come to me. So he's got pursuit, so he's gonna roll down. But that's it for now. We'll go into more detail on the Necromancer when I attack. Gotta re-roll the source die. Let me get a red. So we're going to discard. I've got 4 cards in my hand, so I only get to draw up 2 more because I'm not within the space of my cape. So I get Tranquility and Spellforge. Alright, so Wolfhawk's going to draw her 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. She pulls a green. She'll take 1 more. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to cast Thunderstorm, right? And I'm going to take... I think I'm going to take 2 greens with this, right? So a green and a green. And with those 2 green mana tokens, I'm gonna first, I think I'm gonna cast Tranquility charged and draw 2 cards because I need to get a few more attack cards in my hand. So we've got Swiftness and Concentration. Alright, great. So this should be doable. Alright, let's think about how we want to attack him now. Alright, so we're going to have to hit this guy before, I think we're going to hit him before he actually gets an attack. So I'll play Concentration charged. Right, so I'm going to get the stronger effect of Crushing Bolt plus 2, so that's 5 siege attack. And I'm going to pay my white mana crystal from my inventory, so that's 3 more range attacks, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, so 8 mix of siege and range, which is all range, so that's 8 range. It's 1 shy of killing him. I'm going to use my Utem Crossbowmen's ranged attack too, so they're going to be used up. So that actually does 10 ranged, and he's dead. So let's clean this up because I think that's all we're going to do. And we'll get our fame. Alright, well our reputation meters are already max, so we're not going to get anything there, but this guy's worth 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fame. And a faction token. Alright, so the faction token we pull is another Staff of Concealment, so we can 2 move. Alright, so we're going to discard all those. We have 4 cards left, so we'll draw back 2. Stamina and Determination. And we'll give Wolfhawk a turn. Alright, Wolfhawk draws 1, 2, 3. She gets a blue, so she pulls 2 more. 1, 2. Alright, she's a little more than halfway through her deck now. Alright, so I think we've got to charge in. We don't have much of a choice here, and we don't have a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play... I'm going to play Spellforge first. Take a blue mana from the source to charge it, and I gain 2 crystals to my inventory of the same color as 2 different spells in the spell offer. So I'm going to take a blue and green, because there's a blue, green, and white spell out there. They go to my inventory. So I'm going to immediately use this blue to play Stamina 4. and then use my staff to move another 2. So that's 3, and I just need 2 to get into the necropolis. It's like any other city to attack. So let me set this up for the attack, and we'll see how this plays out. Okay, so this is how the combat works. So he's got his 2 minions, and he's level 4, which this crystal represents, right? So these 2 little symbols up top are what type of minions he's going to have with him. And that's it. He spawns those, and that doesn't change no matter what level you bring him to. But there's his armor. So that's what I have to hit him for while he's at this level. And as I hit him, he doesn't change levels, but he goes down in strength, basically. And if the combat ends before I bring him all the way down to 1, he's still got another chance to come back, right? So what I want to do is bring him down to 1 so that at the end of combat, he doesn't have the ability to stay alive, and basically he dies. So that's my goal, right? So if you think about it and you do the math, I have to hit him for 4, right? So that's 4, 8, 12. So I'm going to need to do 12 damage to him to bring him down enough to kill him at the end of this combat. So, and if I do bring him down to 1 before his attack, he doesn't get to attack. And his attack is 2 green tokens, right? So he'll just draw 2 green tokens and use their attack abilities. Now, I don't have to split the damage. I could hit him and then hit somebody else. It doesn't really matter. But I don't have any ranged or siege, so I'm going to have to block or do a lot of blocking or take a lot of damage first. So we'll see how this plays out. I have to think about how I want to handle this. Alright, so we're not going to be able to siege attack this guy or range attack any of them because I don't have it, but I'm going to definitely start out with into the heat, and that's going to give me a +2 combat or block for all of my units, right? So that's a start. I don't have any red mana, and I can't use any more mana from the source, so that kind of stinks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're going to get to hit me, right? Because I don't get to hit them first because I don't have any ranged. So we'll start with the mummies. So they're going to hit. I'm going to let them hit the Utem crossbowmen who have an armor of 4, and they're going to take 2 wounds because of the poison effect. So they're hurt, but he went. So now I'm going to have him go, and I need a block of 7 to stop him, right? So I don't know if I necessarily have a block of 7, but I can do 1 with the land. I'm going to charge it, and that's going to give me a move of 4. And that move I'm going to turn into block, right, with this skill. So that's going to be a block of 4. Block of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Block of 8. That's all the cards I have. So that's going to block him. The Necromancer is going to get to hit, and he's going to pull 2 greens for his attacks, and these are just for his attacks. So he's going to attack of 3 and an attack of 4. Now I have to decide if he is going to hit me. Do I take it all? I have an armor of 3, so I'm going to take the hit from him. So I'll take the wound, right? So I'm going to take that hit. He's gone. And I'm going to take the 4 from these guys. Do I take it on myself? I think I will. I think I'm not going to block it. So I'm going to take 2 more wounds from that. So I've got 3 wounds in my hand. So That's his attack. So I took all of his attacks. Now it's my turn, right? So what I'm going to do is, remember I played this into the heat, and I get +2 to all my attacks. So my heroes, we'll start with them, they get a block or attack of 5, +2 is 7, so I'm going to use their attack is 7. And my ice golems get an attack of 3, +2 is 5, that's 12, so that's 4, 8, 12. And we're done. So I'm going to end combat here. We've just killed the Necromancer, but left his minions. Now I don't have to kill his minions, I just have to kill him. Alright, so since I didn't kill the 2 enemies, I have to withdraw from the space I attacked from, so I'm back here. But I did kill the Necromancer, so he is now dead. We have 3 wounds, and we'll draw up 1, 2, 3 cards. We roll the source die. We get black. Wolfhawk goes 1, 2, 3. It's a blue. She pulls 2 more. 1, 2. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this ability that I will pay blue mana for, and it's going to let me cross lakes at the cost of 2 each. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this gives me 1, so I need 1, 2, 3. Or if I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I need 5 more move, which I don't have in my hand. So, but I can stay here at the end of my turn. So 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3 cards in my hands that I can play sideways, plus this to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And my turn there. Reroll that and get a green. And I get to draw back up to 6. Alright, so I've got 3 wounds in my hand. I've used all my abilities. I can draw up 1, 2, 3. So I drew up 3. So I've got a hand of 6 now. I'm going to use the Long Night. So once this is empty, I can shuffle up my deed deck, my discard pile, and put 3 more cards into my deed deck at random. So we'll just choose 3 random cards here to put into the new deed deck. 1, 2, 3 random cards, right? So we're going to try to stretch this out just a little bit more. Alright, and she's done, declaring end of round next turn. Alright, one thing I forgot to do is, the green city's friendly. I do get to put a shield token on it, so it does count as a friendly city. I do get a +1 card to my hand size, so I'm going to draw another card. And I get concentration. I'm not the leader, so I don't get to do 2, but that can help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move in to the city, I think. At this stage, I'm going to get 1 more turn, and if I can't, I mean, I don't have enough combat to even consider fighting these guys at this stage. Alright, so I'm going to go into the city for 2. And I think I should recruit, right? Because now I'm in the city. I might be able to throw one last hoorah at these guys. And now that I'm in a city, that opens up a few different opportunities here. So I'm going to need 11 or 13 to recruit them, and that's pretty high. But I do have a +5. Wow, okay. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. See if we can recruit. Alright, so I'm going to play this charged with green mana to use Influence 4. +2 is 6, +5 is 11, so that gives me enough to get these Ultim Guardians, and I'm going to replace my Utem Crossbowmen with these guys. So they've been disbanded. These guys come in ready. I've at least got one unit I can do combat with. So let's re-roll the source. We get blue. Clean this up. And we're going to end our turn. Alright, we're going to draw up our max. We've got 6 cards, that's it. I'm out of cards. Wolfhawk declared end around because she's out, so this is my very last turn. So if I can't get in there, kill, or seal this cemetery, then all is lost. Alright, so let's I'm gonna need 5 movement to get in here. So I'm gonna use improvisation. Charge it with a red and see what we have. We've got zombies and this nasty wraith looking thing called a pain wraith. Alright, so I'm in the cemetery now. I've got basically 1 card left. So I'm going to have to let them hit me. So, well, don't necessarily need to let them hit me. I can let them hit my guys. So, I mean, even though they get 3 different attacks, that kind of stinks. And these guys get 4. So I'm going to let them hit. I'm going to let them hit my ice golems. So they're going to take a wound, but they have a. They have a. That's going to kill them because it's got paralyzed. So either way, this is the last ditch effort, so it doesn't really matter. These guys get 3 different attacks. So they'll hit my heroes. Bing, bing, bing. So the heroes get 3 wounds on them. Right, but they can take the damage because they've got 4 armor. I don't have any combat. I could basically do 1 attack sideways, which isn't really going to do anything. My Ultim Guardians have an attack of 5, and they can knock out these guys. It doesn't matter. But I've got nothing left to hit those guys with, so that's the end of my turn. So I just didn't have enough time. I fell just short, even though I thought we were kind of getting lucky. But in any case, that is that. Wow, what a difficult scenario this is. It's just, you just don't have enough time. I guess I should have pressed a little bit harder on the first day to try to get as much done as I could, but I don't know, maybe if I got a monastery earlier on, it might have been different. I could have at least bought some better units or some spells earlier in the game to do a little bit more, and I might have been able to clear that one early on, but I just didn't have. No, this just wasn't flowing. So either way, I thought it was still fun as hell, but hard. So, but with that, I think what we'll do now is so that's the end. I'm not going to count up score because I just think it was just more. It's more about the journey than the destination. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my storage solution that I have for Mage Knight. I think it's pretty interesting. It's made by Broken Token, and I'll take you through that, and I'll show you how all the pieces fit together in the box, and we'll end the video with that. Okay, so let's go over storage and how I store Mage Knight, what kind of system I use to keep everything organized, and to basically make it not such a bear to pack away, fit everything back in one box, which is nearly impossible if you don't have the right setup. And be able to get it out to the table and keep it organized while you're playing in a quick manner. So what you see here is basically everything, every component I needed, basically to play this scenario. Minus I didn't need all of these tiles, but I needed to pick, the certain ones that the scenario basically tells you. But these are the 2 full hero decks, Mage Knight decks. These are all the different decks that you're going to need throughout the game. I also have a deck of all like the cards, the reference cards that tell you what all the different locations do, different icons and stuff like that. So basically these are all the components that you have to get out on the table and play. So let's let me show you what is inside my box still and how I get all this back into one box. And all of this fits in one box, believe it or not. And when I say one box, I mean the original Mage Knight board game box. So this, what you see inside, is basically the organizer from Broken Token. And it essentially provides you with different trays that you have to put together. But it basically allows everything to fit inside this one box, right? So let me show you how I pack it. So what I'm going to do is, first thing is I throw my day-night board on the bottom here, and then I'm going to lay out my land tiles in two different piles, and I want to make sure that they are not higher than basically the walls around this section, because trays are going to sit on top of these and you don't want those trays to be sort of, canted. And then I'll throw these down here, and I could throw the other tile down here, and I think we're still below. So that's the bottom part, because trays are now going to go on top of them. So you've got your hero trays. So this has 4 of our heroes from the set. Now with all, and I have all expansions, so every expansion also fits in this box, which is kind of ridiculous. But so you've got your hero tray, right? At least one of them, and you've got a second one. So there's theoretically room for 8 heroes, but I tend to use this spare one for some of these extra parts. But as you can see, I've got Wolfhawk's areas here. You just gotta kind of finagle this stuff around and get their skill tokens in there, their player token. So that's her. I've got Bravelar's goods here. Just make sure they don't go over the edges, the lips, because that's that's what's going to keep them, in check, and let the other, at least let the box lid close on it. So, and all their little shield tokens. It doesn't have to be totally neat, but it'll be at least contained within these little sections, right? So, that's that. I also have a couple of more items here. So I've got a tray that lets you organize all of your crystals and your tokens and your dice by color. Huge time save on the table to grab which color, especially because some of them, like the green and blues, kind of look similar, so you don't have to go digging through, you just grab it. This fits nicely in the very bottom of that box, right? So we also have a, this is actually my favorite part, is this token container, right? So what I do is for the new expansion tokens, because I don't want to mix them with the other ones because the sizes don't match, I just put them in one nice neat long stack and they go right there. So this is and this is by faction, by the way. So this is the stack for the other faction. This is like the kind of like the elemental faction, if you will, and these are the undead faction. But all your main tokens there. I've got my graveyard tokens that fit nicely in this little slot here, and then I've got my all the faction tokens that we were reusing. They go right there nicely. So, and then you've got the other faction right here. So again, everything fits in this section from all expansions. This is everything I have. All right, so that's all in there. And you've got this bigger container where you put all of your miniatures, right? And your castles. And that fits neatly in here. So that is it for all of my little pieces. And then you've got your cards, right? So these slots here are for what I've been using for the Mage Knights themselves. So these fit in nice and snug, and it keeps them separated so that you just have to pull your whatever knight you're playing with out. And then the rest, you really it's up to you how you want to mix them up. I keep all of these cards separate here. I've actually just ordered more of these dividers to break it up even further. But again, it's up to you how you want to split these up. So you can throw your units here, mix them in with your wounds. It doesn't really matter because there's going to be plenty of space, right? So I've got advanced actions. got spells. I've got my artifacts. And I've got my, my tactics cards. And again, I ordered more dividers, so I'm going to eventually have these all split by specific card type. And the last piece, is this. And they've actually, it's kind of indented so this fits in snug and doesn't go anywhere. It's fantastic. Any of your, player guides you've pulled down from Board Game Geek. This is the organizer I use, broke a token. And it's like 30 bucks. Seems like a lot, but at the end of the day, if you add up how much it costs for foam board and actually the time put into creating a storage solution that's going to fit everything in a box like that, then to me it's worth it. It saves me time. So there it is. That's my solution. That's my storage. Hope you enjoyed the video series, and we'll definitely do more going forward. Mage Night, I think. Maybe we'll try another scenario with a different faction. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we will see you next time.